Hi, I'm BryCox, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. I'm answering a question today on what's the right camera to buy. I've actually got this as 4 or 5 questions from different people, so I'm combining them all into one. So I got 2 people emailed me on Instagram, 2 people messaged me on Facebook, and someone sent me an actual email. An actual real email. Anyway, so I got all these messages, and people are all asking very similar things. One guy, he wants to buy cameras for his fiance. Someone else is, it kind of sounds like, the way they say it, they don't quite want to be a professional, but they don't want to actually just say it out loud, but they're actually thinking about being a professional, but they want a professional camera, and if they start working well, they're going to start charging, right? Someone else is just like, I'm a professional, but I don't know what camera to buy. Well, it's time for a new camera. I don't know what to get. There's all these price ranges. So really, it's all the same question. What's the right camera to buy? And here's the thing, is most people aren't using, and they don't fully use the features of their camera now. Even like less expensive cameras. So moving up in camera doesn't make you a better photographer. That's a lot of times I think, they're like, oh, that guy is so good. He must, it's because of it. And we don't, as professionals, we kind of do a disservice by saying, yeah, look at my fancy camera. Look at these great images because I have a fancy camera. It's not because you have a fancy camera. It's because you know how to rock that camera. You have the knowledge to rock the camera, right? You know how to set things manually. And that's the difference. So the best camera to buy, the next best camera to buy is training. Honestly, I think. Because then you can rock any camera and then you know what to get next. The next camera. Because, right, so one of the questions was, so this lady wrote me, she's like, I know you shoot, and I don't know how she knows what I shoot. Maybe from an event, maybe I was speaking somewhere, maybe I had my camera. It's like, I know you have this model of camera, but that's, $4,000. But I can't afford that, so what's another camera I could buy? Well, again, any camera that you can set manually and that you will have on you. What's the best camera? The camera that you have on you and the camera that you can rock because you know how to set it manually. So there's really 3 settings in terms of exposure: ISO, shutter, f-stop, but we need to add to that 2 more settings for manual, and that is manual white balance and manual flash. Right, not TTL. If we can control all 5 of those things, and we know how to control those 5 things in conjunction with each other, we're going to make awesome photographs with any camera, even a $600 cheap little consumer camera, a non-professional camera. So, in my workshops, in my online courses, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com, that's what I talk about. How do you rock those 5 settings? ISO, shutter, f-stop, white balance, and flash. Right? Even if you don't want to use flash, if you know how to rock flash, then you know how to use any kind of light. So when I go on location, let's say I'm speaking at a big event somewhere, right? If I'm not photographing models, if I'm not there to photograph, if I'm just there to kind of relax and have fun when I'm not on stage, and I just want to get pictures with my photography buddies or whatever, I don't take all of my studio big fancy camera bodies that cost thousands. I take a little teeny small little camera that costs like $600. And guess what? I get great images out of that. If I'm just going boating with my friends or on a hike, I don't take my big super fancy thousands and $1,000 studio gear. I take a little $600 camera that I'm going to get pictures of us wakeboarding or surfing or rock climbing and things like that. Why? Because 1, it's small, and I'm not worried about it getting hurt. One time I was speaking at imaging and I met this really cute girl with super fun purple hair, and it was snowing outside, and I was like, holy cow, it'd be awesome, a photo shoot with you outside in the snow. Let's go outside. The only thing I've got, though, I don't even have my professional gear. I just got this little toy camera, but it didn't matter because guess why? I know how to rock that camera because I know how to set it manually. And so set it up, had a little flash, rigged it up, took her outside, did some shots, and guess what? Nobody can tell what camera it's shot with. They just know they're great images. And that little camera has huge files, and that little teeny camera that was $600 has files that are cleaner, sharper, better than cameras that I spent $6,000 on 10 years ago. Okay? So it's less about the camera and more about how you use it. So again, to reiterate, moving up in camera doesn't make you a better photographer. Learning how to rock whatever camera you've got, or any camera you afford, is really what's going to make you a better photographer. Right here, this is your next best camera, is training. And if you want the best training, check out my website. I got full courses on lighting, posing, everything at BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com, BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com. All right, you guys, until next time, America.